I think I have 12 or 16 different items here, and it's amazing, but it only took me about 10 to 15 minutes to put it together, basically setting it up so you can see it in little bowls. There's an eighth of a pound of each meat that we're going to prepare tonight. Okay, now that you have all your ingredients prepped, let's put together the chili nogada recipe. Put about a tablespoon of olive oil into a pan. I'm using my cast iron pan. Mix up the onions, cook them till they're translucent. Speeding it up here, so it usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'm going to add the cubed pork, brown that up. It takes a little bit longer to cook than the ground meat, so just stir that around, get it browned. I add some salt just because this is a good time to add salt. You're going to add more later. Then I've got my ground chicken, ground lamb. We've got the ground beef and the ground pork. So I have 1/8 of a pound here of each type of meat. You can do heavier weights of just a couple, or you can do all 4. It's embarrassing to ask the butcher, but they don't really care, and it's pretty inexpensive to put this dish together. So when the meat is nice and browned, I'm adding some more salt. Then I'm going to put my herbs in. So I have clove, cinnamon, thyme, oregano. Put that in and mix it up. With the cloves, definitely use less. You don't need very much clove. It's a strong spice. I put in a tablespoon of butter, and then I'm adding my dried fruit. I have chopped organic raisins and some dried chopped cherries. Stir those in. Then you've got your cubed, peeled russet potatoes, about a half a cup. And here's my fruit. I have canned peaches, pears, and apples. You can use frozen peaches. Obviously, there's no good tasting fresh peaches this time of year. Stir those in, get it nice and mixed up. This is a good order in which you want to put things in, but it's not mandatory. Then I put in some toasted hazelnuts. You can put in almonds, cashews, walnuts. Then we've got the parsley. Stir that in. Here we go. A can of stewed tomatoes that have been chopped up. That's going to give you your liquid. And now once all the ingredients are in, I'm going to lower the heat a little bit and put the top on. Let that cook for maybe 5 minutes to get the potato cooked. That's a good tester. Your meat's going to already be cooked, so you just want to taste a potato to make sure that it's cooked. See how it's nice and saucy. Looks delicious. So that's ready to go. You want to take that off the heat and cool it before you stuff the peppers. So just put that into a bowl and let it get cool. Here I have my roasted chili peppers. I charred them over an open flame and then peeled them under cold water, cut a small slit, and seeded them. You want to be careful. It's a fine line between an overcooked chili that you can't stuff and falls apart, or one that's undercooked and remains hard. It's actually better, especially if you're a first timer, to leave it hard. It'll cook additionally in the oil when you're frying it. So with your cooled filling, you want to take it and fill these little chilies generously with the cooled filling. And once I have these stuffed, I'm going to put a toothpick in it, and then I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator to get even colder. They're going to set up because you don't want to have the juice spilling out into the hot oil. It creates a mess. Actually, I'm overfilling these a little bit more. I think it's because these are kind of small chilies. If they're bigger, you're going to get enough in. You won't need to overfill it. So you stick the toothpick, you just feed the toothpick across in order to keep it closed. There you go. Now, important, once you've fried these, don't forget to take the toothpick out, or someone might get a poke in the lip, which is no fun. Okay, so these are all nice and filled, and then we're going to chill those in the refrigerator. So the next step is going to be separating an egg white, which you'll probably need a couple, and beating them until stiff peaks form. Once the stiff peaks have formed, then I'm going to add 1 egg yolk and beat that into the stiff whites. You take the cooled chilies and you dust them in just regular flour. All sides, get everything covered. Okay, you can, I have a little piece fell out there. Cover it with flour. And then this is what's called bathing in egg whites. You're just going to kind of swoop it through. It's a technique. It is somewhat forgiving, but you just have to go for it. When you finish doing your first chile relleno, you're going to be so proud of yourself. Even if you make a mess, it's like a pancake. It'll be better the second time. So you just go ahead and bathe it one side and then the other, and then carefully set it in hot oil. I have hot oil in a cast iron skillet, which you're going to see here in a second. And I'm taking a little bit of egg white and patching up a piece that didn't make it into the frying pan, and it actually works quite well. You're going to be surprised at how you can fix a little spot that opens up. So I've got my cast iron skillet, and I'm individually frying my chile rellenos. There's a little hole in the side there. You can patch that up with some egg white, and it works quite well. There you go. I'm just patching it up with a spoon. You want to let it fry well on one side over a low heat. Don't let it burn. Then you're going to take a spatula and flip it. I'm heating the nogada sauce. You can do it in the microwave lightly. The best bet is to not make it hot, but heat it to room temperature. Here I've flipped the chili, and then I'm draining it on a paper towel. Traditionally, the chili nogadas are served room temperature. They're not necessarily served hot, and my tripod broke here, so I'm having to do one-handed videotaping. So you've got your chili nogada, and then you put your nogada sauce on top, and then we're going to garnish with fresh pomegranate. So I want to say congratulations if you get this far and you create this amazing meal for your family. Watch it a couple times. You'll be really proud of yourself, and actually just getting the ingredients together ahead of time is the hardest part. You can see the rest of it is a little bit of special technique with the frying, but it's a pretty simple dish once you have all the ingredients prepared. And it is delicious and worth